Okay, we're cranking up the tempo here at the Fast Jam. Welcome back if you've been warming up with us on the slow and mid tempos. And if you're coming in hot, good for you. Here we are. I'm going to double check the live streams, make sure we're up and running. And then we'll get right after it with Tall Pines. Good old song. One of my favorites lately. I've been doing this. Based on the Laurie Lewis version. She does it up in D, I believe, and I'm down in the vocal-friendly key, for me, of G. I'm really looking forward to going down the river with Laurie coming up in June 19th, I believe, is our launch with Adrift. And George Guthrie, Laurie Lewis, and me on a River Wondergrass expedition. So excited. She is one of my heroes and a superhero in music. Okay, we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. So here we go. I'm just going to double check tuning. I was busy warming up right up until the moment. Okay, we're in tune. It's fine. We spend so much time on the slow and mid tempos that I really have to spend. That's why I make a little break in between mid and fast, so I can get myself up to speed. Okay, so let's see if we're there. Here's our click. This song goes like this. Key of G. 1 and 1, 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and 1 and 4 and 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. 5 and 5 and a 4 and a 1. 2 dominant to the 5. And 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. And then the chorus. Tall pines to the 4. 1 and 1 and a 5. Tall pines, tall pines. 1 and 5 and a 1. So the way I like to kick this one off is something like this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one more time. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So here we go. I made myself a cup of tea because I was feeling a little bit vocally strained coming in, but I think it's there enough to get us through this. So here we go. Kick us off here in the key of G on Tall Pines. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. youth, I stood on a mountain and planted some pines in the sand. Every day I'd look their way, but I just couldn't understand why they never grew like I wanted them to. I just couldn't understand why. Now I've rambled round this whole world through, and today I just happened by. Tall pines, reaching up for the clouds. Tall pines, I'll bet you wouldn't know me now. I got it. I'll never forget the morning I left, the hum of the bees in the hay. The farther I walked, the louder they talked, how silent it seems here today. And the old rail fence that we built inch by inch, surrounding the old family graves. Now there's one gravestone standing all alone, they're waiting to meet me in the shade. Tall pines, reaching up for the clouds. Tall pines, I'll bet you wouldn't know me now. Play. Chorus. Tall pines, reaching up for the clouds. Tall pines, I've come home to sleep beneath your boughs. I'm getting better at the little reach to stop the click. Okay, there we go. The version that Lori recorded with the right hands has a guitar player from the Bay Area named Mary Gibbons, who's just phenomenal. Great rhythm guitar player. And that track, Lori's version, is just so good. Okay, moving along. I'll Love Nobody But You. This is a request from Marissa Honey. She sings this with me. And fun song in the key of G. And we'll crank it up just a little bit here because it's a fast one, right? And this is kind of a cool thing to kind of jump ahead and then jump back, like, because this one is, dare I say, like easy melody-wise, right? At a faster tempo, and the other ones coming up are a little trickier, so we're going to come back down to those tempos, and they'll feel a little bit, dare I say, easier once we've blasted ahead to this tempo. So that's kind of the idea here. Jim and Jesse number, I'll Love Nobody But You. G, 1 and 4 and 5, 5, 1 and 4 and 5 and a 1, 4 and 1 and 5 and a 1, 4 and 1, 5 and a 1. Here's the kick. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, here we go. There's a duet throughout, so hopefully you'll sing the verses with me. I'm singing them in order. And here we go. Key of G, kick us off. I'll love nobody but you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'll never love anybody but you, baby, baby. I'll never love anybody but you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. I got it. I'll always be true to you, baby, baby. I'll always be true to you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. Play. I'll take you out every night, baby, baby. I'll take you out every night if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I love nobody but you, me than you. Play. Last chorus. I'll never love anybody but you, baby, baby. I'll never love anybody but you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. Okay. Great. Now we're going to back it down for Blackberry Blossom, which has been pretty fun to do in the fast tempo jams. Pretty technical number and works wonderfully at a slower tempo, but I wouldn't want to try it much faster than this. It can be done, but it kind of loses a little bit of its luster and it's kind of difficult, right? Okay, Blackberry Blossom. I'm just gonna assume you know this one. I won't run you through the changes, okay? I'll just kick it off and we'll play it. Take a breath. So this will be me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you, 4 times all the way through, and then you tag it. Okay. Here we go. Blackberry Blossom, key of G. I give myself a B on that. That's always a litmus of like how clean you're picking. But I'll take it for as little time as I've had to practice this week and missing like a full like 2 days basically from travel and re-entry. I'll take it. All right, let's move along here. Glendale Train. I just figured it had been a while. This song from New Riders of the Purple Sage that works great as a bluegrass song. Murphy Henry, of course, has a cool version where all the characters are switched to female. And Murphy, of course, who wrote the book Pretty Good for a Girl, The History of Women in Bluegrass Music. She's always been an advocate and a pioneer for women's studies in bluegrass and acknowledging the great female musicians who have been in the genre, which started out as a men's world and still very much is, but it's getting more and more evened out with time, and took a long time for that to happen. Okay, here we go. It's in D. And it goes 1 and a 1 and 1 and 1 and 4, 4 and 1. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and a 2 dominant to the 5. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 4, 4 and 1. 1 and a 1 and 1 and 1, 5 and a 1. It's a long form and a real, such a simple melody that it sort of lends itself to squeezing some licks and other bits of interpretation into it. Okay, I'm just guzzling this Bengal spice tea because it's so good. It feels good on my tired throat. Okay, Glendale Train, key of D. You're going to kick it off all the way through that long form. Here we go. Wheels are rolling. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Somebody robbed the Glendale train this morning, 9:30. Somebody robbed the Glendale train, and I swear I ain't lying. They made clean off with 16 G's and left 2 men lying cold. Somebody robbed the Glendale train, and they made off with the gold. I got Charlie Jones was the engineer. She had 20 years on the line. Kissed her wife at the station gate this morning, 6:35. Everything went fine till 9:30 when Charlie looked up and saw there were women on horses and women with guns, no sign of the law. Somebody robbed the Glendale train this morning, 9:30. Somebody robbed the Glendale train, and I swear I ain't lying. They made clean off with 16 G's and left 2 men lying cold. Somebody robbed the Glendale train and they made off with the gold plate. Amos White was the baggage man, and he dearly loved his job. The company, they rewarded him with a golden watch and fob. Amos, he was a mark in time when the door blew off his car. They found Amos White in 16 pieces, 16 miles apart. And somebody robbed the Glendale train this morning, 9:30. Somebody robbed the Glendale train, and I swear I ain't lying. They made clean off with 16 G's and left 2 men lying cold. Somebody robbed the Glendale train, and they made off with the gold. Fun. Short and sweet, but a good long break on that one. And on the New Riders version, it's like a 2-minute cut. It's like 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and there's no solos at all. Which is interesting because it's such a good song for jamming on. I believe Jerry Garcia is on the pedal steel on that track, playing backup. I'm not sure exactly, but I know he appeared with New Riders quite a bit. Okay, here we go. Good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. My signature number. I guess I'll check in here. I haven't checked in with anybody. Hi, Sandy. You're back. Thank you for being here. Hello, Kim Harris. Both in YouTube land. Thanks for being here. Sticking it out here late with the Fast Jam. No comments. It's a ghost town on Facebook. But that's okay. Kind of sneaked this one in and figured we wouldn't be quite as well attended on the live session as some of the more regularly well planned and early announced Monday jams, which I'm planning on doing Monday next week. Okay. This one I'm backing down the tempo a little bit. It can't really go by too fast, but hey, another train song, all right? So there's the tempo. I'm going to pause it for a moment while I get the capo going. Key of E. So I'll be C position, capo 4. So here we go. 1 and 5 and 1 and 1, 4 and 4 and 1, 4, 4 and 1 and 1, 2, 2 to 5, 1 and 4 and 1, it's 1, 5, 1, 4 and 4 and 1, 4 and 4 and 1, to the 6th dominant, 2, 5 and 1. So an interesting little twist that I put on this. This is in my Artist Works course too, by the way, up in the kind of branching out section. 1 5 1 1 4 4 1 4 4 1 1 6 minor. First time. The 2 is always dominant. 5. The second time 4 4 and 1 6 dominant. 2 5 1. So the first time the 6 is minor. Second time it's a dominant 7th. Okay. And I have a specific kickoff. Let's see if I can play it right now. 1 2 3. Pretty good. So that's something I worked up real specifically. I even like notated it, you know, almost 20 years ago when I got ready to record that song. First song on my very first album, In the Light is the name of the album, released in 2006. But you can, of course, go. It's a simple melody. You can do a simple version. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Good Morning, Mr. Railroad Man in the key of E. 1 2 1 2 3. Well, good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. What time do your trains roll by? At 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. Yes, that's 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. Well, thank you, Mr. Railroad Man. I'm gonna watch your trains roll by. Here I go. I was standing on the platform, smoking on a cheap guitar, searching for that old freight train that carries an empty car. I pulled my hat down over my eyes, I walked out across that track, and caught me the end of an old freight train, and I never did come back. So good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. What time do your trains roll by? At 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. Yes, that's 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. Well, thank you, Mr. Railroad Man. I'm gonna watch your trains roll by. Jump on it. in a gambling game, but I could not play my hand. I was thinking all about that sweet lady I love. Run away with another man. Run away with another man. Run away with another man. Thinking all about that sweet lady I love. Run away with another man. So I played it again. And then you play it again. So good morning, Mr. Railroad Man. What time do your trains roll by? At 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. Yes, that's 9:16 and 2:44 and 25 minutes to 5. But thank you, Mr. Railroad Man. I'm gonna watch your trains roll by. Yes, thank you, Mr. Railroad Man. I'm gonna watch your trains roll by. Aha! Fun. Okay. 3 more songs here. Where the Soul of Man Never Dies. I used to call this Canaan's Land, but then I realized there's another song called Canaan's Land, so I started calling it by its proper title. Some call it Soul of Man. I still sometimes call it Canaan's Land, but Canaan's Land is I'm going down to Canaan's land. I'm going down to Canaan's land. Different song. But anyway, this is Soul of Man Never Dies, and it's same key, E. 1 and 1 and 1 for 1, 1 and a 5. 1 and 1 and 1 for 1, 1 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. There will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love and soul. So it always is that 1, 4, 1. Both halves of the verse. But the chorus, it just holds the 1 on the first half and then goes the 1, 4, 1 on the second half of the chorus. So just, that's a minor detail, but it's important. So take note. My kickoff, I like to do some cross picking, and it goes... Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Bonus points if you get that little hitch at the end, the little stop, boom. That's a old school kind of brother duet, and I think it comes from Blue Sky Boys, Monroe Brothers, etc. And it's appropriate on these gospel numbers that we got from that era. So here we go. Soul of Man, key of E. You're going to kick it off. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. soul of man never dies. My darkest night shall turn to day, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there will be no sad farewell, there will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. Here I go. A rose is blooming there for me, where the soul never dies, and I shall spend eternity where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there will be no sad farewell, there will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. Play. Love light beams across the foam, where the soul of man never dies. It shines to light the shores of home, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there will be no sad farewell, there will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. Me and you. Play. To Canaan's land I'm on my way, where the soul of man never dies. My darkest night shall turn to day, where the soul of man never dies. Dear friends, there will be no sad farewell, there will be no tear-dimmed eyes, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies, where all is peace and joy and love, and the soul of man never dies. Just such a lovely song. And it's like it's a gospel song, but it's not really like religious. It's kind of, talking about Canaan's land as a symbol, but it's just a nice, just a nice kind of message of faith that's a little more general than some gospel songs. Okay, the Old Brown County Barn in B. A tune that I'm just sort of getting familiar with. I think we had this on the New Songs, New Tunes for 2024. I can't believe it's 2024. I'm still getting used to that. Anyway, this will be a little bit quicker. Key of B. 4, 5, and 1. Actually, that's a little quick for this one. Let's back that down a little bit. 1 and 1, 4, 5 and a 1. 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 4, 5 and 1. especially on the last time, Monroe on his version, he hits that da-da-da-da, that lick like every time on the 4 chord. But the whole band hits it on the last time. The last A. So that's a part of the rhythm, and it's also sort of part of the melody. So here we go. I'll kick it off. Let's go 4 times through. Meet you, meet you, meet you, meet you. And then you tag it. Okay? The Old Brown County Barn. And I'll kick it off. There's a specific intro with the twin fiddles, but I don't know it. So I'm just going to kick it off with Taters. Here we go. Okay, here's my do-over. My one do-over of the night. Brown County Barn in B. I'll kick it off with Taters. Here we go. And. Okay, going for it, but I need to get that one a little more solid. But it's a simple melody if you just play the melody, but I'm trying to do different things with it. So I'll keep working on that one. All right, last song of the night is Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow, which is not true for me. But hopefully some of y'all who are retired or just got that spring fever or have the day off can get outside and enjoy it. I'll definitely get outside tomorrow, but I'm gonna be hustling. Getting things done as always. And working on a little bit of music. Trying to get a record out. I recorded it and it's in the mix process now, and then the fun part begins. Gotta start figuring out the plan and the promotions and all that stuff. Here we go. Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow. I'm just gonna assume you know this one, and I'm gonna kick it off. Here we go. Let's play it. No, you're gonna kick it off. That's how it goes. Key of B. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna leave this country. I'm going around the world. I'm gonna leave this country for the sake of one little girl. I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, or it may be a rainy day. I got it. Can't you hear the banjo ringing? Can't you hear that mournful sound? Can't you hear those pretty girls laughing over on the cold, cold ground? I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, or it may be a rainy day. But I'll hang my head in sorrow. I'll hang my head and cry. I'll hang my head in sorrow, for my darling passes by. I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, for it may be a rainy day. Me and you. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't So yeah, 10 days in at the Baja pace. That's one of the reasons I really wanted to get this in this week, just to get it rolling again, because we were not playing stuff at these tempos in Baja. And here we go. We're warmed up again and ready for this coming Monday. So I'll announce those sets on Friday, as usual, if everything goes as planned. And I'll catch you back here next week on Monday. All right, happy May Day, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the May Day special. As always, appreciate you just being here. And those of you who can afford to donate, I appreciate that as well. Okay,